Hi, Alistair. We're back for another masterclass today, and we're actually going to look at what I would consider is probably like a little bit of a fashionable expression. It's something that both you and I hadn't really come across until maybe more recently, and certainly we didn't come across it when we were still living in the UK. And it's an expression that goes along the lines of to double down on something, right? To double down on something. And it's kind of an interesting expression, as we say, because I think it's fairly new. It's not, we didn't really know it very, very well. But I think it's becoming something that is used quite often in business context as well. And so that's why we want to kind of discuss it a little bit and then create a little bit of a challenge. So maybe let's just go into the meaning of what that expression means first, Alistair.
Yeah, well, I think you have a definition there. No, maybe you can read, but what I don't understand is you're fully committed to something, a course of action, whatever that may be. It could be an opinion, or it could be something you're doing. And to double down on it is you sort of increase your commitment, if you like.
That's right.
You're even more. Do it even more.
Absolutely.
Whether that's literally double, as in a quantity of something, or simply just the effort that you make. You put in even more effort and you're even more motivated to continue doing that particular thing, pursuing some kind of policy within a company or politicians as well. That's what I understand. But yeah, as you said, I didn't know this expression until, I don't know, in the last 10 years, maybe. I'd heard it used in the radio and podcasts from UK.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what does that mean? And then I understood it from the context of the conversation. I was like, oh, okay. I understand that, but I'd never heard it before. Yeah. So I don't know if it's an Americanism that's passed.
It could be. It could be, absolutely. Yeah.
Or it's just,
I think so.
Someone's invented this expression in the last 10, 20 years. I don't know.
Yeah. Sure, of course. Yeah. So it's basically, when you have a particular strategy, maybe that strategy is going well. I don't know, maybe you're a business that sells, I don't know, different types of products, and you've noticed that there's one particular strategy that works very well. Then you would double down on that strategy. You would focus on that strategy. You would redouble your efforts on that strategy because you know it's working. And if you put more effort into it, then hopefully you'll get maybe double the results, right? So you're doubling down on what is working, right? So that's certainly the positive way you could see it. I mean, we talked before we start recording about the fact that this can be a positive and negative thing, but that's definitely like an example where that is positive, right?
Yeah.
However, you can also double down on an opinion that may actually other people may feel is not the right opinion, right? That's also possible. It's like maybe you have an unpopular opinion or something like that, and people tell you that that's actually wrong, and you should correct. It's not quite right. Maybe you should rethink that, and you kind of then double down. You say, "No, I disagree. I really think that my opinion is correct." And then in that way, again, you're re-emphasizing your own strategy, right? You're saying, "No, I disagree with your opinion. Maybe your opinion is actually, my opinion is actually wrong, but I'm going to." I'm not going to
reinforce.
Basically reinforce my particular opinion, and I'm not going to accept yours, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to accept your criticism. I'm going to keep doing or keep saying the same opinion, and maybe even stronger than it was before. So you're sort of making it worse. I mean, worse in the sense that if you're being criticized, and a lot of people are telling you that's not a good opinion to have, politically incorrect or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And instead of just saying, okay, sorry, you're right, and then apologizing, you just keep going with the same opinion, refusing to change your mind or your opinion.
Yeah.
And reinforcing it, and even more committed to it than you were before.
Exactly. So it has that same idea. You're just committed, even more committed to a particular strategy, whether it's a positive or a negative one, right? Yeah.
Which is obviously judged by other people. Obviously, in your mind, it's perfectly correct.
Of course,
there's no
absolutely.
reason not.
Yeah.
But to other people, they think your strategy in the first place was not the correct one.
That's right.
But you're going to continue doing it.
Yeah.
No matter what, and you're not going to accept that it might be wrong.
Yeah. So you're going to double down on your opinion, even though people are making it clear that they disagree with you, right? Yeah. So you can double down on something positive, something that you think, okay, I can see a pattern here. This is really working well, or something that I really need to focus on. Let's say, like you could double down on your efforts to improve your English, like for example. You know, you can say
this podcast well, this isn't the podcast, this masterclass, but we do a podcast, as I think everyone knows. So you may say, this is working. It's good. It's reaching a lot of people. People like it. We're getting positive feedback. So you can say, okay, let's double down and we'll do 2 episodes a week instead of 1. Or make it longer, or, so, you know, focus more on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a positive doubling down. No? Or,
exactly.
For example.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the challenge, basically, to use this expression to double down on. It's a bit of a fashionable one, but it's a nice one. And I think that there'll be lots of stories that we can extract from it, because, you know, everybody has a particular thing that they have in their mind that they need to put more effort into, right? Most of the time it will be stories related to that, no? Something that you think, oh, I need to double down on this because, I don't know, maybe you want to eat more healthily, or, you know, I've noticed that if I eat like this, then I lose a lot of weight. So maybe that's what you need to double down on, because if you want to get fitter,
or it could be a strategy that you're pursuing or your company is pursuing at work. So it could be a work related,
absolutely,
or a political policy. So it could be something that you have doubled down on. So it's already happened, and you can explain why did you double down, and did it end up being a good result? Did it work? Or something you feel that you should or you need to double down on in the future.
Yeah.
And you can also, you know, people try to use it positive and negative if you can. Maybe give a positive example and a negative example.
Yeah.
Whether that's about yourself or about another person.
Yeah. Maybe it could be, I don't know. Yeah. It could be, I don't know. It could be about, it could be about a politician. It could be about a previous boss. It could be about a previous business, a business that was using the wrong strategy, maybe, and they decided to double down on a particular strategy that wasn't working. You know?
It just didn't work.
That's right.
So yeah, some example, from could be private life, as you say, could be business, and maybe if you can give some positive example and a negative example.
Yeah. Good. Alistair, I think that's it. Everybody has their challenge. Hopefully, if you can, do record yourself. That's always an amazing thing. You do get the positive element of recording is that you get personalized feedback, especially from Alistair.
Yeah.
So that is the benefit of doing it. And then if you don't have that time, we'll see you in the fluency sessions on Thursday.
So at least think about it. Think of some examples, and then you can use them when we do the live sessions next Thursday.
Absolutely. Great. Alistair, thank you very much for your time. And I'll see you again in the next masterclass. All right.
Cheers.
See you then. Bye-bye.